Hey everyone, welcome again to my channel. Today I have another on the go video because I'm taking you with me to MysteriA 2022. But before we do that, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome to Quillscene. My name is Meaghann. If you like things that have to do with magic, with reading, with writing, with books, with Disney, with Harry Potter, with Star Wars, with anything geeky really, then you're in the right place. Make sure to click on that magical subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell, because in that way you'll always get a notification whenever I upload a new video. But yeah, MysteriA 2022, it was quite an adventure, so let's go back in time. So MysteriA 2022, if you're familiar with my channel, you probably know that I haven't uploaded that long ago my throwback of MysteriA 2021, because I actually completely forgot I had that footage. Shows how hectic my brain sometimes is. But for this edition of 2022, I didn't forget, I filmed. So yeah, this time it was actually on Friday the 6th of May, on Saturday the 7th, and on Sunday the 8th of May that MysteriA was. Normally it's only a weekend, but because of the few editions that couldn't go through thanks to COVID and the restrictions and the lockdown, they decided to add like Friday evening to their lineup. So that was like a nocturne opening, which was from I think 6 till 10 p.m. So it was only 4 hours, and really meant also for the marketeers, or well, is that the right word? The people who had a booth on the festival that were from the area or already were around the area, or well, the ones that could come already, to give them like an extra free opportunity for 4 hours, you know, for the nocturne opening. My mom and I went, as well as one of our writers, Mathias, because he's also from around my area. So for us it was like, I think, a 25 to 30 minute drive to the event itself. So yeah, on Friday, of course, not the full Enchanted Market was there yet, because Friday a lot of people still have to work. Some of the people still have to come from the Netherlands also, but there was still, I think, about half of the market was already on display. It was also fun because there was an like a big pirate ship, like the carnival floats that they do, like in New Orleans and stuff like that, for the ones who know the American culture. We in Belgium do that too, but only like for carnival itself. And one of the carnival groups, which funny enough, it's a group that is like 10 minutes away from my home. They have like a float as a big pirate ship with lights and everything. So for the nocturne opening, that was very fun, because since then when it became dark, of course all the lights went on, so that was very fun. So yeah, that day, as I said, was just my mom, Matthias and me in our big tent, because we had 3 tents this time as a booth. Then of course Saturday was basically the day the event really started, because Friday I didn't think we had a lot of stalls. I don't think, no. It was a slow start on Friday, but of course it was only 4 hours. So Saturday, of course, the event for us really started. Also our entire tent, so all the 3 tents were full. So not only with writers, because also Nele came with us. Nele is the woman behind the Lucky Duckling in Bruges, which is like a meat shop. And we actually, as the writer of the writing collective, have started with her a project called Mead and Read. And the idea behind it is basically that she provides us with book meat that is linked to our books, and that actually the Mead becomes a supporter of the book, and the book becomes a supporter of the Mead. Hence the project Mead and Read. So it was kind of a test project for us on MysteriA. We only had like 4 different meets. Like I had one for my series of Muse Academy. I'll try to post a picture here somewhere. I chose for the Yucatan honey one because it has like this very yellowy gold color. And because my books, Muse Academy, is all about Greek mythology that comes to life, it kind of reminded me of like ambrosia, the god's drink, in Greek mythology that is also golden colored. So yeah, that's why I chose that. We had a lot of fun that day. We saw also a lot of cosplays. We had quite some visitors to our booth. We all sold quite some books actually that day. What else did we do? Oh yeah, Alcazar was there. I have like my little papers next to me. Alcazar was there. Who is Alcazar? You may ask. Well, Alcazar is the most charming and magical wizard or magician that you'll ever meet. He's very fun. He has like this little cart that he pulls forward. And he basically walks around the entire terrain of the festival, and he does magic tricks for both adults and children, which is always very fun. We've seen him for a few editions now, and yeah, we're always happy to see him, and he's such a fun character, and especially when he's doing his magic with the kids, it's just amazing. Also on Saturday, this time actually just in between, we had a lot of luck with the weather because I remember on Thursday, so the event was Friday evening, Saturday the entire day, and Sunday the entire day. But on Thursday we could already go and to put up our tents and stuff like that, so that we just, you know, had to come on Friday evening or on Saturday, depending on the day, with our merch and just unpack, you know. So my mom and I actually went on Thursday to put up the tents already. So because that is always the biggest work when it comes to events. And that day I remember we left just after noon, and we started putting up the tents, and we had like, I think we had 2 of the 3 up, but not secured to the ground yet. And suddenly it started to rain, but to rain so badly that like the rain was so hard that it became hard to see the trees that were like 10 meters in front of us. That's how hard it was raining. So we were a bit anxious what the weather was going to be. But actually, aside from like a small drizzle, I think on Saturday, or was on Sunday, the weather was very nice. It was very sunny. Sometimes a bit cloudy, but mostly sunny, and yeah, the weather was nice, which is always fun because the previous editions kind of were rained out. So yeah, we were very happy with the weather. Also, then to come back to our Saturday, the Saturday of the event, there was then also the pirate crew from the pirate ship that I already mentioned. They they had like a little project going on with the kids, and it was, if I'm not mistaken, the treasure of, the candy treasure of Blackbeard. So all the kids could sign up with them, and then in the afternoon they were trained to be pirates. They were like, how do you learn how to fight? And they had like these foam swords that they learned how to fight with. And there was like this bench that they had to walk over, like, you know, to walk the plank and stuff like that. So they had like little training moments across the entire terrain of the festival. And then in the end it came back to where the ship was. And there they found the treasure of Blackbeard, the candy treasure of Blackbeard. But before they could yeah, take it, the crew that was dressed up as orcs came and stole the treasure. So then an entire fight broke loose between the pirates, well, the newly trained pirates, the little kids, and the full-grown orcs, which was very funny because, of course, then you see like this entire gang of little kids running towards the orcs and started with their foam swords fighting them off. And they won, so the orcs were defeated. Luckily, there was also like a group that was dressed up like plague doctors. They were also on the Halloween event from last year. And they took care of the wounded and the dead bodies of the orcs, and they were carried away from the field. So the kids were victorious, and each of them got some candy, which was really fun. And yeah, it was a fun activity, especially, you know, with the float of the pirate boat, because it was in the middle of the terrain, so it was quite an eye catcher. And if you talk to the people that were responsible for the float, you could also go on it, because I think Mathias and Dimitri did that from our writing group, and they did some hilarious photos. 2 days after the event, they suddenly realized, damn, we forgot to do the Titanic move. So be it, so that's for another time. But yeah, they did like a lot of fighting poses and stuff like that, because Mathias was also dressed up as a pirate, so it was quite a match. Also, the wolf pack was again there. If you saw my previous video, you know that the wolf pack is basically a group of wolf dogs, so not wolves dogs, but wolf dogs. The difference is that wolf dogs, so without the S in between, have DNA that can be, I think for about half, I think it's 50%, can be traced back to the wild wolf. When you look at them, they do look like wolves, even more so than any other breed. And yeah, it was very fun to see them again. One of the daughters of our writers, she is obsessed with wolves, so she was very happy that they were there again. And I think on Sunday she had, she was even allowed to, yeah, it was on Sunday, she was allowed to go with the wolf pack on a walk through the terrain. And she was even allowed to handle one of the dogs, which was very fun for her. There was also like a puppy wolf dog that was walking around the train, and I'm a huge pet lover, so when we saw him walking around, we went to its owners and we asked, can we cuddle him? So I think it was for 15 minutes that we just sat on the grass and just cuddled and played with like a little wolf dog puppy, which was so adorable. So my weekend was, yeah, it was good already, because I had got a cuddle from my wolf dog puppy. As I said, on Saturday it was quite a turnout, lots of people actually, nice weather, we sold quite some books. Then Sunday rolled around, and Sunday was, again, the weather was nice, there were visitors, but less than on Saturday. And that was because then here in Belgium on the 8th of May, well, on that Sunday, was Mother's Day. So I think that was like the reason why there weren't as many visitors as, for example, on Saturday, or even more visitors as on Saturday, because you would think, you know, most people would come on Sunday, but because Mother's Day, I think that's where, yeah, the visitors count dropped a bit, but still it was very very fun again in our tent. It's always fun in our tent with all the writers. And we talked a lot, we laughed a lot also. On Sunday, oh, that was something I forgot to say. So on Saturday there was also a cosplay contest, and that was open for all cosplays. But then on Sunday there was a cosplay contest only for furries. Why only for furries? Because we have Pinky, Pinky the hyena. She is a furry that we've met, like, I think 1 or 2 years ago, also on MysteriA. Back then it was also a very hot day, and if you know that furries have to walk around a very warm costume the entire time in the full sun, it's yeah, nothing more than respect for that. But back then, 2 years ago, it was so warm that day that we invited them into our tent so that they could take off their hat, well, the hat of their furry costume, and hydrate a bit without, you know, being, because of course there are a lot of little children who think that the furries are real, who don't know that there is actually a human inside that costume. So to, you know, a bit keep the magic alive so that they could, you know, become their human selves for a bit behind the scenes, and yeah, drink something cool and hydrate a bit and rest a bit. And that's actually when we built up a friendship with Pinky and some of her colleagues. And this year Pinky was asked by the organization of MysteriA to host a furry contest on Sunday, cosplay contest. And afterwards she stopped by our stand because the stage was on the front of the terrain and we were actually right at the back of the terrain. So she came right after the contest. She came to our booth to cuddle and to talk. We also each got like a little sticker of her persona to put on our money cases. So at least that's where I put mine. So yeah, that's always fun to see her. It was very fun because because as I said, on Sunday it was much calmer than on Saturday. So we were walking around a bit too. But we were like walking around in front of our own booth in case there were customers, but also, you know, to keep moving a bit and to stretch. So we didn't fall asleep mostly ourselves because the nights were also short. And then suddenly we saw her coming towards us and we all, Pinky, which made her laugh. So yeah, that's also very fun to see her. Did we do anything else on Sunday? Yes, on Sunday, Dimitri, again, one of our writers, I will link down below in the description box. I will put all the names of the writers that were on MysteriA in our booth, so in case you want to Google them, you can. But Dimitri, he was, the last time we went to Elftopia, which was, I think, 2 years ago, he met someone who was like dressed as, I forgot his name, but he looks a bit, if he's dressed up, he looks a bit like Gandalf, but I think he is not, you know, Gandalf the Grey, but he is known as his name and then the Brown Wizard, I think it was. So on Elftopia, he challenged Dimitri to a sword fighting contest, which they did, and back then Dimitri lost to him. And now on MysteriA, that was on Sunday, he was there again and he met up with Dimitri again. He was like, I'm going to get 2 swords and we're going to have another sword fighting competition. I'll insert the clip because I filmed. So yeah, they did some sword fighting and this time Dimitri won. So now it's 1-1. So the next meetup will be probably another swords fighting contest, and I have the feeling that this will become like a little tradition whenever they meet. So yeah, we have to keep now a scoreboard for how many times Dimitri won and how many times our wizard won. What did we also do on Sunday? On Sunday there was also 2 girls who brought their bearded dragons with them, or dragon, I don't know, I thought there were 2, but we were allowed to cuddle with Pepsi, which was a very cute bearded dragon. She hugged Mathias immediately, and he was very happy with that. So he cuddled with Pepsi while Dimitri and I made pictures. Again, I'll insert a picture. Yeah, she was very sweet and also very happy because she had like this orange tint on her, well, art scales. Yeah, on her skin, on her rough skin, she had like this orange tint, which means she was very happy. Again, it was very sunny also on Sunday. So, and yeah, bearded dragons, they like any amphibian, I think. If art amphibians, sometimes I doubt when I have to translate it in English. But yeah, bearded dragons are very happy when they are like under heated lamps or in sunlight. So if they are warm, they are happy. So they were Pepsi was very happy. So yeah, that was fun to cuddle with, and also a fun picture moment. And then for the rest, as I said, Sunday was a calmer day. We did sell books, and we had, I think everyone sold at least one book. But of course, our selling percentage was way lower than on Saturday. But all in all, I think we couldn't complain about it all. So again, we had a very fun experience at MysteriA. We always have a lot of fun in our booth because, you know, put some writers together and there's always fun for years to come. But of course, I also did some shopping too. Well, me and my mom did some shopping. The first thing I bought were actually like the booths, not right in front of us, but like a little to the side, were people from the Netherlands, and they actually kind of, how do I explain this in English? They took old pieces of furniture and decoration and they made something entirely new from it. Also, they had like a piano in their booth, well, in front of their booth, and I think it's their daughter that was constantly playing music in between the music acts that were on stage, which was very fun because it immediately set like a serene vibe to it, and because it was like the booth across from us, like slightly to the side, we were always surrounded by piano music, which was very yeah, magical almost. But yeah, to come back to my purchases, they had like these statues of two frogs, and one was like a smaller frog which held like a crown on top where you could put like up on a tea light, and the other one was like a bigger frog with a crown on his head, and he was reading a book. And as a writer and a reader, though I'm not a huge fan of frogs in you know, major life, I thought they were cute, and my mom thought so too. So that was our first purchase of the event. Because it was calmer on Sunday, we were allowed to walk around a bit more and do some shopping ourselves. So we went to the booth of the Dutch native clan. Again, I've known them for a few editions now. I love their booth all because they always have fun things that have to do like with witchy things. And they are always resourced in natural things. So it's not like they use chemicals or something. It's all natural, eco-friendly. Yeah, as much zero footprint as you can get items. And one of the things I bought, I'm wearing them actually, is like these earrings. I'll put a close up in a minute. They are actually wired trees of life in silver, and the tree leaves itself exist out of small chips of all different gemstones. When I saw them, I immediately fell in love, of course, because yeah, I love the tree of life, I love silver, I love earrings, and I love gemstones. So this was everything together. They are a bit heavier. Well, they're not, it's not like they're heavy. It's like they're heavy that you feel that you wear them, but not that they, you know, rip through your skin or anything. So yeah, they're quite comfortable, and I love the fact that they are a bit bigger because with my hair, the earrings that suit me best are either way the long ones or the big ones. So this one is a bit of both, and it's witchy, so I love it. Also with them, I bought a pendulum. This is I think the third pendulum I bought. But my previous ones were just, you know, the tip full crystal. So I have one like that is a solid triangle like teardrop of rose quartz and one of amethyst. But this one is actually made like out of a silver colored metal with pentacles on it. But it's actually a cage because you can open it. And with this pendulum set, you get 7 different cones of gemstones. And it's actually called the chakra pendle because you have different chakras, which each have a different color, which also have a different position of your body. And then you can actually switch out the gemstone point that you want to use. I think for now it is, I think, lapis lazuli that's inside, which is very funny because that is like my birthstone as a Sagittarius. More about that in a second. But yeah, there is like clear quartz, there is like a turquoise, there is amethyst. What else is there? Yeah, 7 different crystal points you got along with this pendulum, which I found very creative, very fun. I hadn't seen it before. It was actually my mom who tipped me because she already did her round, and she said like, yeah, you have to go there because they have a really beautiful pendulum that you can open and you can change like the crystals that you want. And I was like, yeah, I have to go see there. So basically I went for the pendulum to their stand, but I got away with way more because what I also bought was like one of those satchels that you hang on your belt. Why? Because one, I was looking for one of those for a long time, because usually when we go to fantasy inspired festivals like MysteriA, I dress up myself too, and I have like now this medieval slash kind of Game of Thrones vibe yeah, attire that I wear. And I was actually looking for a pouch to fit with that, and along with my other costumes that I have to wear, because I always find it a bit difficult to, you know, wear your normal purse with it, because that kind of breaks with the aesthetic of everything. And it's also very clumsy to walk around with, you know, your wallet and your cell phone in your hands while you're doing your own tour of the festival to, you know, shop or just to walk around. So I saw that with the Dutch native clan, they had like an entire rack of different pouches. And those are all made from vegan leather, which again, plus. And I found like a beautiful shaped one in black that fits with everything. So I got that one. I still have to buy a belt to fit with it, but I already have the pouch. So that's one of the things from my to-do list that I can scrap out. I also bought with them a hair clip. Well, it's not really a clip. It's like you have like a bended piece of metal and then you have a wooden stick that you put through it. Again, I have long hair. I already bought one of... I already bought a hair clip like it with like the triquetra on it. The symbol of Charmed, for the ones who don't know what the triquetra is. I bought that on another stand, I think, how it's called, something with Celtic. On another stand was also a MysteriA before. I bought the triquetra one like 2 years ago. And I was like, Mom, I need more of those clips because with my fantasy apparel, even in daily life, I use them quite a lot. So with Dutch Native Clan, I bought one which is a bit wider, the metal piece, and has like all Celtic knots, and also then the Triskelion, which is like, yeah, in Teen Wolf they used it. The Triskelion was like the swirly three. Yeah, there were like 3 swirls that form like a weird triangle shape almost. In Teen Wolf they use it as the symbol of Derek Hale's pack, if that rings a bell. So that is the one I bought with the Dutch Native Clan, and then the one, the booth where I bought the Triquetra one was also again on MysteriA, and they had like a one with the Tree of Life on it. So that one I got from my mom, because my mom, as I said, she did her tour first of the festival, and she brought along the one with the Tree of Life for me. On another witchy stand, there were a lot of witchy stands, by the way, which I love. But on another witchy stand, I also bought a little cord necklace with a lapis lazuli in. Again, why? Because it's my birthstone, and I really love like the shape and the coloration of the little stone. So I got that one too, though I'll have... I'm probably going to snip the cord off and change it with like a silver colored chain necklace, because I always find it hard to, you know, put the cords over your head, and that kind of also looks is more suited for a daily look. I'm also probably going to put the little metal loop that they did. It's like with a little stem of metal put into the hole that is in the stone. I'm probably going to enforce it a bit more with some glue, because it sometimes gets loose. But again, those are little things that we can change ourselves, and that we can fix ourselves. So yeah, little necklace for my collection. And what we also bought, well, basically my mom bought it. I went along to choose. So right, the booth, as I said, so the booth in front of us not, but the one at the side was the one from the people where I bought my frog statues, who like redid old furniture and old decoration and made a new, put it in a new jacket. But the one right across from us was a painter who visits a lot of festivals, fantasy festivals, apparently, but this was the first time we actually met him. And he made these very colorful fantasy worlds. And he had like the big canvases, which were also a bit of 3D, because there was also like glitter on it and little gems that were then on it that made it a bit of a 3D effect. Of course, those were the most expensive ones, which is of course, yeah, understandable, because it has a lot of work, plus it was a painting like that is built up in layers, so each layer has to dry before you can put another layer on top. But he also did like ones on, well, not paper, but like thicker paper, almost cardboard actually, on which he painted, because he live painted too while he was at the festival to make the more little pieces. And those he put in frames and sold also, and those were a bit cheaper. And you had like the bigger ones in a frame, and then the smaller ones were like postcard format or a little bit bigger than a postcard. You have to know, I'm a fantasy geek, but my mom is too, because she actually taught my brother and me to be a fantasy geek. Our entire hallway is covered in yeah, things that have to do with dragons and with yeah, like fantasy robots and fairies and stuff like that. So when my mom saw his painting, she was like, I'm taking at least one, maybe two of them home to add to our collection. And I was like, yeah, okay, I like that, because I like the style too. So we went to him on Sunday. Yes, no, Sunday or Saturday. One of the 2 days. And we bought one of the larger pieces that was framed, and then a postcard format one. And the one in the bigger framed piece is like, yeah, in pinks, one of my favorite colors. I love pink and purple. And it kind of looks like a fairy city built on some sort of half moon, which I really love. And then the smaller piece is greenish blue, like turquoise, and has a bit of the same vibe, but then more on the water. So yeah, really like those. We still have no clue where we're going to put them, but we'll find a place, because they are really beautiful pieces, and I can't wait to, you know, add them somewhere in our house to give it more of a fantasy magical vibe. With that, we came to the end of our MysteriA adventure. I'm already looking forward to their fall edition, because they were planning to do again a fall edition around Halloween or just after Halloween. They weren't sure yet, but they are full on planning that thing. So either way, we will be joining MysteriA again next year, hopefully, if everything goes all right. And yeah, I can't wait to see the old friends we always see on MysteriA, and the new friends that we probably will meet there too. That was all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a little thumbs up. It helps me more than you know. And hopefully I see you guys soon for another bookish, magical, maybe on the go video. Bye!